Shut up and sit down.
It's where the big boys play. Sicw.
So, welcome to Discovery Podcast, everybody. Episode 130 something. We took a break for the Christmas holiday, and today's going to be a little short one because I have to leave a little bit before 9, and Bobby's going to have to leave because we do record this in the evening. And Jim, I don't know, he's going to go play with his toys, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, you know me so well.
I'm glad you said toys.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say it's actually Happy New Year since we missed the Christmas one. Yeah, so I guess we'll just do some light touches on a few things that happened Monday night and this past weekend.
Have you ever light touched anybody?
Sure, every once in a while. But
It's a light touch.
So anyway, just vaguely going over WWE's Monday Night Raw. You know, everyone who watched it says it was horrible. You know, it was hard to watch, and just the whole thing. The only takeaway I would say, well, two takeaways. You know, Austin Theory is now part of the Vision, which we kind of pretty much knew that because he was helping the Vision win their matches as of late, especially Logan Paul's matches. But the other takeaway,
the Pauls need help about everything, so that doesn't surprise me.
Right. I mean,
now.
Yeah, the other one's got a broken jaw and all swelled up. I'm sure his jaw is still swelled up from the beating he took.
Yeah, that dumbass thinks he's gonna fight again in a couple months.
You got to talk one at a time, man. We can't hear you when you're both talking the same.
So he'll just take that millions of dollars and fan it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I just said that dumbass thinks he's gonna fight in a couple months.
You know,
it's a big difference between prize fighting, retired weak people, and actually going after professional boxers. It's quite a bit different. You realize you stepped into something you can't handle.
Well, and Josh never even looked like he took it out of second gear. He looked like he was coasting through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that whole match there was, I mean, the whole boxing match was just a coast for him, and then I guess he finally got tired of it. Maybe he made it past his quota of what round he had to go to, and then decided he was going to end it. You know,
that's pretty much it.
Even when he ended it, it didn't even look like he turned on another gear. It looked like he's going to just that same steady pace.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we would like to give a well wishes and prayers to Josh and his family for the accident in South Africa, the end of the life of two of his friends. So.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that last part. I knew it was an accident. I didn't know people died.
Yep, 2 people.
Yeah. He walked away with just minor injuries. But
they didn't look minor when I was watching him being pulled from the car. He was in some pain, but the dude's is healthy anyway. So.
Well, even like Mick Foley, you know, before he was in Vegas for the CAC, he got in a horrible car accident, and they had the Jaws of Life come and get him out of the car, and they were all shocked that he was able to get out and walk around like nothing happened. But I guess when your body's used to all that pain and impact and everything like that, you can, you know, survive a lot.
He wrecked his car and his body said, "Oh, we're going back to work."
Right. Anyway, the other takeaway is the tag match. The main event, you know, is the Usos versus Dragon Lee and AJ Styles. I really was shocked at the end result of this match because, you know, AJ and Dragon Lee just recently won the tag championships, but lost them this past Monday to a very confusing match. And like even Bobby said, like the Usos was trying to be heel, but then, you know, pondering to the fans as a baby face would. So the whole match was very confusing. The whole Monday Night Raw was very confusing. You know, they should have ended it with a bang. You know, they're going into the 1 year finale. The 1 year anniversary of Raw on Netflix. Next week. You would think they would end it with a good bang, so that way they can start off the year with another one. But who knows?
Kind of like John Cena's career. You think it would have gone out in a bang instead of smiling little wimpy tap?
Yeah, for someone who their whole thing was to never give up, never quit,
And then he
and
gets up and quits.
yeah, he gives up and quits with a smile on his face. So who knows? Because I know he's still employed with the company. He signed I think they said it was either a 2 or 5 year deal to be an ambassador. Um, did you guys happen to catch how much he made for that last match?
No, I never paid attention.
They're saying that he made millions
Well,
for that last match. Just the amount of merchandise that he was able to sell. Like his whole retirement year of them changing out action figures like left and right. He probably had a good 12 action figures that just came out this year. So it's like one a month. And the shirts, he kept changing the colors of the shirts, the hats, the towels, the never give up towels. I heard reports of he made $80 million this year. And just that
he would
last
have to because
whoa.
he was making his annual salary with WWE is $12 million. So
Yeah, that's crazy. And if you follow like people like Maven on his YouTube podcast, or even Ryback had one not too long ago. He has his own podcast, but they both talked about other ways that wrestlers make money, and the cuts that they receive off their action figures. Ryback said that if you have a single action figure, you get 12% of whatever that action figure makes. And with John Cena like having a record a number of action figures this year, uh, you know, people were buying them thinking, oh, well, this is going to be his last one. But then the next month they would come out with another one, so they bought that one too. And then the whole clear John Cena. And now they got one coming up with everything that he wore during his last match. So they're going to have the shirt, because he totally changed it up for his last match too. So they're gonna have an action figure come out that looks exactly like that. So he's not even done. Um, and speaking of people that made a shit ton of money in WWE and didn't do shit, The Rock made a shit ton of money this year, being on the board of directors. Really didn't even have a match this year. He like interrupted a match, maybe a couple matches, but that he too made $80 million this year. And the times that we talk on the podcast about how WWE's tickets are so extremely high, and you got a guy like The Rock who maybe had 4 or 5 appearances, making $80 million. That says a lot. Why is TKO in debt? Well, they're paying guys like The Rock so much money to not do anything. So
I just wonder if TKO can recover that money outside of merchandising.
well, the wrestler gets 12%, so they get the rest. So they're making a lot off the merchandise. But I don't see, and then they're making a lot going to overseas for all their pay-per-views that they got going on. So they're making a lot. They just got to make up a lot of ground for what they bought, what TKO bought WWE for, and even the UFC. Since they had just bought them too, to merge all 3 companies, Endeavor and UFC and WWE. So I think they're just putting a lot of pressure on WWE to make up that money. It's a little weird, UFC is out there too, and they just signed a multi-million-dollar deal for their pay-per-views. So it's kind of crazy. But I will say there's only one thing about AEW over the weekend that happened that probably shocked a few people, MJF came back. He pretty much intertwined himself with the main event of World's End, because I don't think he was originally scheduled for the match, but he got put into the match. So it was Swerve Strickland versus Samoa Joe and Hangman Adam Page, and now MJF. It was a great match. You know, you had a fatal four-way, basically, all four guys going at it. And those are normally classics because each guy gets to use their finisher in a different move, you know, in a different time than the actual end of the match. So you have like at least four times that you think the match is going to end because one guy was able to knock out his finisher, but someone else cut him off. But thanks to a low blow that MJF did to Adam Page, and then he was able to hit his finisher on Samoa Joe. He came out with the heavyweight belt. So did a good job there. So, you know,
really disappointing, really boring. WWE as usual.
yeah, you know, WWE was boring this weekend. AEW, I think, had a better weekend for wrestling, but not with their own controversy because a couple people in the AEW pay-per-view landed really hard on their neck. So there's quite a few legends that came out and said, you guys might want to slow this shit down and stop all the high-flying, dangerous moves because you want to be able to walk once you retire, and you want to be able to move around uh, you know, physically
Stone,
walk around, you know.
that's Stone
Uh,
Cold. I mean, he broke his neck twice. He's still walking around, but not without a tremendous amount of pain.
well, you figure most of the guys, you know, Stone Cold, I think, recovered a lot better. But you like Kurt Angle broke his neck like 3 or 4 times when he was wrestling, and once before he even stepped foot into a professional wrestling ring.
And
But
then
you know, his
he
neck.
even admits that it wasn't taken care of properly after either, though.
Oh yeah, he came back early. After each time he broke his neck, he would try to show up, you know, faster than the time before. And
Well, that's what he
when you
talks about. The A&E documentary he did when he got more into the pills and everything was a really good one, and he talked about it in there where during those times you were afraid to stay gone because you lose your spot.
yeah, but yeah, so he would come back early and break it quicker. Uh, and so, you know, Steve Regal came out and said, hey, you guys might want to slow this stuff down. You know, Booker T said the same thing on his podcast. And they didn't call out AEW. They were making it more general across WWE, across AEW, across all of professional wrestling. That
Well,
again,
the luchadors, I don't see a lot of those guys breaking their neck unless they just keep it well hidden, and they're the biggest high
Well,
flyers of everybody.
well, I mean, they've actually had people die in the ring from doing shit. And Rey Mysterio was in a match down in Mexico before he came back to WWE, where it was another 4 guys in the ring, and they were going at it, and one of the guys took a bump wrong, and
it was a
you know, it was
619,
kind of like,
wasn't it?
well, no, not yet. So he took a bump wrong. He was kind of dazed for a good period of time, and he fell against the ropes. So Ray thought, oh, he's setting up for the next move. And as he bounced off the one side of the ropes to come at him, he realized he wasn't moving. And so he actually shot his legs above the guy's head to totally miss him because he didn't know what the fuck was going on. And then Conan was actually ringside and was trying to see if he was okay, trying to wake him up if he was just knocked out. And that's when they realized something was wrong, and he actually died right there in the ring. So, I mean, again, we need to go back to, not
The
saying
old
we need to go
finest of
back
hope.
old school and, you know, totally do away with the special moments. It's just that your whole match don't need to be high spot after high spot after high spot. Tell that story and do it with wrestling moves, and you'll have um, a longer career and a better after your career life, you know.
And
And
when
old
you look
school
at
wrestlers that we
overall,
don't need to go old school. Go ahead, Bob.
I say, and when you look at an overall show, it's not a special moment if there's 25 special moments.
Right. You know, if every match has to try to outdo the match before, and by doing a stupider move, um, you're just asking for it. You know, so
Yeah,
they
like
need
the
to get back,
scaffolding shows. I think the scaffolding shows are stupid, but that's just my personal.
you know, and you know, even Cornette talked about the scaffolding match that he had. Just being a manager, it was LOD versus it wasn't the Rock and Roll Express, Midnight Express, and yeah, at the end of his match, their match, he was actually on top of the scaffolding trying to run from LOD, but you know, he's in the middle of the scaffolding. They climb up both sides. He's in the middle, so he jumps off, and he said he dangled, trying to lower the height of his fall, and still broke both of his ankles that night. And so he said he doesn't know why scaffolding matches was even invented, because they're again, they're stupid and dangerous as well. But yeah, we need to just get back telling stories in the ring and do it safely. You know, if you want to have a particular move, make sure it's a move that you are great at, and unlikely to fuck it up. You know,
Just like coming on January 10th. Hopefully, Bobby has a different move against Strictly Business there.
Oh, I got a whole bag of tricks.
yeah. So speaking of that, let's move gears to that show right there, January 10th. We're back at the Belclair Fairgrounds. We're in the big hall. Of course, it's mainly to help support the animal clinic. So all the cats and dogs, they're getting new shelters, new building, and all the benefits, all the proceeds are going to go to them to help finish building that building. So that'll be cool. But yeah, so doors open at 6, show starts at 7. It's going to be 2 main events, one with our very own Bobby D. Of
Which
course, he's
hopefully he brings us back to the belt.
yes, you know, he's got a couple belts in the back there, but we need a third belt. So he's taking on Brandon Beretta, you know, our champion. And then the semi-main event, which would be Big Nasty versus James Jeffries. So that's another belt that's on the line, and that is shoot, Bobby, you
Central
had that
State.
belt, Central States
Central States.
title.
Didn't you
Yeah,
both have that belt?
I've never had that belt. That's the only one I haven't had.
I haven't
But
had the tag belts.
yeah, so
I've
our
got the
goal
both.
for this
I've
year.
never had any of your guys' belts. I win.
So let's just switch up. That is the next show, January 10th, 2 main events. I will be there on the card versus someone, I don't know who yet, but I'm going to put on a great show for you guys. Bobby's
Larry
going to put on a great match. He's going to bring home the belt. Hopefully James Jeffries keeps his belt. But let's just call it out. Let's do some predictions for next year. Next year, I want to be a Central States champion.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. How about I'll bring home my belt. If Nasty wins it, then you go take it off of Nasty, and then we'll both go get the tag team belts together.
There we go. There we go. I mean, when I was the classic champion, you know, of course, I had that belt, and then a tag team got injured one night, and Gary Jackson stepped up and said, "Hey, I'll go and wrestle them." The champions at the time, and he goes, he needed a partner, and it's like, well, I'll be your partner. So we won the tag straps that night. So I was the classic champion and the tag team champion as well. So it was a very great year, but that was 2024. And of course, Bobby, probably his best year was last year when he became the classic champion, 2025.
I've had a couple good years here, you know, multiple time Bruiser Brody Cup winner, Central States title that 2 years ago, heavyweight title this year. Like it's been a good couple years.
Yeah,
So now I just
definitely.
need to round it off, get my heavyweight title back, and get those tag titles.
I got to take off. I'll be back in 10. I know, Bobby, you have a new box and all that stuff. I should be back before you guys are done. People can stare at these two guys on my chair.
All right, just popped in my
Perfect.
head because I yelled at my kids all the time, Nathan. Whenever I have a box, you need to get a sound clip of the movie Seven. The what's in the box?
What's in the box?
There you
I was
go.
dating a girl at the time we were watching that movie, and she started crying. I still can't figure out what she was crying about.
She's crying because she was with you watching a movie.
Probably.
Understandable.
You know,
All
what,
right,
when I
so let's
Just
move
my go-to
on.
backup there.
That is our January 10th show. And our predictions for 2026 is I will become the Central States champion, and Bobby will become the second time SICW Classic champion. And then we'll both work to combine ourselves as a tag team and try to get those tag belts for you as well. I'll be down with that. That'll be a great year.
That'll be great, but man, it's going to get tiring having to defend both titles on a show.
Hey, you can do it. If anyone else can, you can. So let me just call out Glenn Williams just for a second since he's still on the screen. If you've been paying attention to SICW's YouTube TV show that airs at 8 o'clock on Sunday nights, Glenn has had his
Nasty
talk
talk.
show, I guess you would say. But
Nasty
here
talk.
lately, yeah, nasty talk. But here lately, he's been calling out JBL. Last year in Iowa, he wrestled, and some legends got involved. And he is claiming that he is going to be the new legend killer. And his first legend that he is going to kill is going to be JBL. So he wants JBL to come out of retirement instead of just doing these one-off interfering into matches, which he did for SICW when he took Stephen E down with his lariat from hell. But he's been going out to other places like GCW and TNA and some other independent organizations where he just interferes in a match. Well, Glenn Williams is saying that's enough. No more interfering in matches. Come out of retirement and have a match with me, and I will show you that I will put you back in retirement. More power to him if he can get JBL to come out of retirement. I know
Love to
Herb
see JBL
Simmons.
knock his head off.
I would love that too. I know if anyone can get him out of retirement, it would be Herb Simmons. JBL has been hanging out with Herb here lately, the last couple of years. It seems like every important date that we have, whether it be Iowa, whether it be the Fan Fest, he's been coming out to it, and then butting it up with Herb Simmons. So I figure Herb at some point will be able to get JBL to come out of retirement for one match and take on Glenn Williams and hopefully deliver that lariat and knock the crap out of Glenn. I'm hoping he knocks him out of his boots. How's that sound?
Break his neck.
That will work too. So like I said, we're going to try to cut this one early. So, the best part of the show that I really enjoy is what I picked up. But I always start off and let Bobby go first because he gets the box from AEW. And let's see what you got.
That's more than AEW. It's Pro Wrestling Crate.
Okay.
See, to start with, it's a Buff Bagwell. I don't think he's ever been in AEW.
No. But he says that he has one more match in him too. So let's see if Buff can come out of retirement.
I say, didn't Glenn call him out too? I got a first aid kit. This is John Moxley.
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean that's pretty ridiculous, but at the same time amusing because if anyone in AEW needs a first aid kit, it's got to be Moxley.
I can't think of her name, but it's a little comic book with
Tales from the Road.
Yeah, it's got like, I guess, road stories that have been comic book style.
Oh, that's cool.
Got me a Santa hat, Saint Nick.
Saint Mick. There we go. We didn't even talk about that. There's rumors going around that since Mick Foley cut ties with WWE, that he might be AEW bound. That would make it very interesting. Tony Khan already said that he really loves Mick Foley, enjoyed his matches. So you never know.
It's not far fetched either, because when Foley left WWE before, he was TNA for a while.
Yeah.
The wrestling before Christmas.
Oh, nice. Who came out with that shirt? Does it say?
I think it's just a generic wrestling one. With Santa's like, in a 619 position there
That
in the ring.
that's awesome.
And then, which one was this one? Killer Krampus.
Oh, that's Killer Cross's new shirt.
Yep.
That just came out.
So I started subscribing to the box that I've always had, and then I went ahead and started doing the premium box, which is every other month. This is the premium box. It comes with 2 shirts and all that. Oh, almost missed that. Dan Housing Hulk. One of those little pins.
He's another rumor, that's going around that as soon as his AEW contract expires, which no one seems to know the actual date, that he's going to be WWE bound too. So it's going to be interesting next year to see who's switching and who's going where.
Let's see. Does it say? Oh, Shotzi Blackheart. There's a little card that says everything that's in there. Shotzi
Oh, there
Blackheart,
you go.
that lady on the whatchamacallit.
The
Autograph.
Tales from the Road.
RJ City. I'm not really sure who he is.
Yeah, I'm not too sure with him either, but
I'm gonna guess he's an AEW guy.
yeah.
Yep, that's it.
So you're gonna get 2 boxes one box every other month, and then another box every month.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. All right, so
that lapel pin that I showed you, the Dan Housing Hulk, that is a chase pin. So like they have other Dan Housing ones, but that's one that was printed, I call the chase figures.
Yeah. It just means there's fewer of them made, and it's not the one that they normally give out. So it's a chase. But that's Dan Helsen. He is a guy who's had multiple figures made for him. I mean, big rubber guys. It seems like every other series, they make a new Dan Helsen. AEW's been making them. If he goes to WWE, he's a very toyetic wrestler. So I'm sure they're gonna make a shit ton of his action figures. So he's gonna be
on
good.
the other side of this, there's a possible items for my January crate, and some cool ones on there would be Owen Hart and a guy that we've met many times, Tito Santana.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Tito Santana, he is the next one to get a big rubber guy. Look for those pre-orders from Major Bendy's here pretty soon, because they showed off. It's going to be Hillbilly Jim and Tito Santana is going to be the 2 new ones that they make. And I tell you, if they're anything like the new Demolition that just came out that I think I showed off on my channel, those Demolition are freaking awesome. So, of course, we already had a Hillbilly Jim and a couple of Tito's in the original LJN line, but it was always nice to get them in a different position, kind of like Andre the Giant. There was 3 Andre the Giants in the LJN form. Not the greatest. At least Big Rubber guys put him in a hold where he's like showing off his big hands, and he can actually move him around like you would see him in the actual wrestling ring. But so I'm just going to show off a couple of items that I was able to pick up. I did a video that just aired the other day about the Steiner brothers I picked those up. They are called the Bell to Bell. It's a ringside series. They had these. These were the original ones. They did a chase variant where they're in yellow. Very cool. I kind of dissed them on the video because I think Scott Steiner's head is very awkward for the body. Like his head is like elongated. Made me think of like the ancient aliens and how they always talk about the ancestors having long heads. And they even came out with Scotty by himself when he was Big Papa Pump. And again, like the body looks like the AWA wrestlers or even like the He-Man style wrestlers, but that fucking head is like, I don't know if that's their thing where they're making the head like very big compared to the bodies. I'm not digging it. So this would probably be the last ones I buy of the Bell to Bell series, which I did pick up their Sabu. That was the one that I picked up to have Sabu sign before he passed. That figure looks great. I just don't know what
Big head?
happened to these Steiner brothers.
No big head
But
on that one.
huh?
No big head on that one.
No big head on that one. I mean, it looks great. He's even got the I'm gonna say do-rag because I don't know what it's called. But he's being a sheik, he's wearing that robe-ish, headdress. There we go. Something I picked up just yesterday that came out. This is the video. It's an arcade game. WrestleMania Steel Cage Challenge. I haven't opened it up yet, but you can actually like demo it while it's still in the package, and you can play it. I mean, it's got a joysticks, 2 buttons, just like you would in the 80s and the arcade.
Hold on a second. Hold your finger up to those buttons. You're gonna hit multiple buttons at a time.
Yeah, I mean, my finger covers up that button all, but so it'd be interesting if I can play it. If not, I think it goes well with just an action figure standing by playing the system, maybe in the case or something. It looks very cool, but it's in full color. It's the arcade classic. It's got Hogan, The Undertaker, and Bret Hart on this side. It's got Jake the Snake, Hot Rod, and Ultimate Warrior on this side of the case. So very cool. $24. I couldn't beat the cost. And you can pick that up at Target right now. It was kind of like a Christmas promotional thing that they got going on for Target. One thing from Ringside, same company that made these, brought us the Stone Cold Steve Austin. And what's special about this one is that head right there. This goes over the match with him and Bret Hart. This was the match that got me back into wrestling because there was quite a few years that I got tired of wrestling. And
the Moments figure.
Yeah, so this is Defining Moments, Stone Cold Steve Austin, but it's a Ringside exclusive. So you have to go to Ringside to actually order this. This won't be out in stores. Mainly because that blood. WWE has never had a wrestling figure that had blood in it. So this is kind of like one that should have been made a long time ago, but probably won't be made again, or at least no one else will probably have a blood figure. But a lot of people, and when you go on their website, they actually show off like Bret Hart put him in the sharpshooter and have Austin's arms, posed up so you can see the bloody head. But yeah, and like I said, this was the match. I think I just caught the pay-per-view. I wasn't even watching the matches going into the pay-per-view. It was just a pay-per-view. Some friends was getting together, so I decided I'll stop in and watch it with them. And this match got me hooked up. Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. They're going to make a Ken Shamrock in the ref outfit as well, so you can post all three of those guys together. Bret Hart is currently at Target right now. Matter of fact, if you catch them, Target is running 50% off on their wrestlers. So you can grab that Bret Hart for like $12. And I'll probably run out there and do that. But very cool figure. And then this one, I told you, Bobby, I was able to score it on a podcast a couple of weeks ago. I told you guys that I was hunting down the Four Horsemen. There's two versions. There's the WWF Four Horsemen and a WCW Four Horsemen that was made by WCW. And in the WCW one, of course, it was Ric Flair. It was Chris Benoit. It was Mongo McMichaels and Dean Malenko. That was the four there. In the WWF, this is from what year they went in? 2012. This is the year 2012 that the Four Horsemen went into the WWE Hall of Fame. So it's got Arn Anderson, Ric Flair, Barry Windham, and Tully Blanchard, which, in all retrospective, probably the best Four Horsemen after Ole Anderson left the group, because Arn and Ole, that was a tag team right there, the original Minnesota Wrecking Crew. But with Ole stepping out, adding in Barry Windham, who is a wrestling god in my book, he made that Four Horsemen run even better. So very great pickup. I was able to get it half of what it was going for. That, that's the great thing about eBay and having patience. You look for one item, you don't initially buy it, you hold off, because these eBay dealers, they come and go, and some of them, they might not know what they have. And this 4-pack is on eBay for $150. I got this one for $50. And if you break it down, $50 for 4 wrestlers, I mean, that's a great price right there.
Well, that's what you buy a 4-pack, like any of the 4-packs that they have, even at Walmart, brand new, you're paying more than $50.
Oh yeah. I mean, the Rocky Maivia family they just came out that didn't sell. I mean, you can find those at Ross right now. People are showing videos and then finding it there, selling it for $20 because that one didn't sell. This one, you can't find this one.
I say, but originally it was like $80 at Walmart.
Oh yeah. Then they did another. I got my eyes on another one. I don't want to broadcast it because I don't want them to skyrocket. A lot of times people who collects toys and do videos, they announce what they're looking for all of a sudden, and all the prices get skyrocketed. Or everyone sees a particular, like Pixel Dan. He's a toy hunter that I watch on YouTube, and he was collecting a certain style of GI Joes. I think it was called Ninja Warriors or something like that. It wasn't even like the regular line. It was just a side cast set to try to keep fans interested in GI Joes until the next wave came out. Well, now you can't find those, or if you do, they're skyrocketing the price because they know one of the toy hunters is looking for them. So now they think everyone's going to be looking for them, and so they're jacking up the prices to them. I will say one other thing. I picked up, and I know Demolition is having a shit ton of figures come out this tail end of the year and into next year, because the WWE Superstars line is getting Demolition, but just the regular WWE Mattel just dropped their Demolition. And these are awesome figures. Ringside Collectibles just dropped 2 versions of Demolition. And then you got, independent toy companies like Latuni. They dropped their versions of Demolition too. So there's going to be a shit ton of Demolition figures out on the market. You're just going to have to pick your poison. and collect the ones that you want, because unless you got a lot of money and a lot of money that you can spend, because big rubber guys, when they dropped theirs, that was a pre-order for March. I ordered those in March, and they were $50 a piece. Of course, there's 3 of them because Crush is involved. But now that they're out and everyone has them, now you can find them on eBay for the set of 3 for $400. So it's just crazy how much prices jump when they come out. But Demolition is an awesome tag team. Love them. We had Crush's son on the podcast, and we talked briefly with him about them signing a Legends contract, and that we're going to make a bunch of Demolition, and now we're seeing it. Everything he said is coming true. But that's it for me. I know Nasty Nate's not back, but again, again, I would just like to say that last episode, our numbers went back up. We are hitting a dry spell for a long time, with the numbers being in just double digits, but lower double digits. And our last podcast increased so much. So I want to say thank you guys for tuning in and watching. And since this one's a little bit shorter, hopefully this one gets more views, because I know we normally go like an hour and a half. And it's hard to watch Nasty Nate talk for an hour and a half. But just want to say thank you guys for tuning in this last time, and hopefully you guys will comment, like, and share this one as well. Of course, you guys will see this one on Thursday, the day after. Well, no, it's New Year's Day. So hopefully you guys will just be trying to handle that hangover and watching a YouTube video. That would be awesome.
I will be at the Testicle Festival at TR's.
Oh, yes. There you go. Been there enough times, I don't need to go back.
Rocky Mountain oysters all the way.
I know. If you don't make them right, they're just soggy balls.
Oh, they definitely have a little bit of a slimy kind of feel, but a little bit of oozing down your throat. But
well, I hope you get Jared and James to eat some Rocky Mountain oysters with you.
I haven't even told them about that. I should.
You should, because you should take pictures of it, and then we'll put it on the podcast of them eating balls, because I will never let that down. Especially you gotta get Jared to eat a whole bunch and not tell him what they are. Kind of like Chevy Chase when he was eating the sheep balls in that one movie. They didn't tell him. They just knew there was a contest that he had to eat like 30 of them. So he's eating, gets down to that 31st one, and he eats it. And he goes, "Man, I've never seen someone eat so many sheep balls in my life." And he's like, "Sheep balls," yeah. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you like and subscribe and share this content, because we love doing it. Sorry we missed you on Christmas, but we taped this on Tuesday nights, and of course Christmas was Wednesday, so we just let it slide last week, but had to come back to you this week. Prepping you guys for January 10th. So like normally, if we don't see you here on the podcast, we'll see you on the wrestling shows. Bobby, you have a good night, man.
Adios.
See you, Nate.